Hey y'all, it's me, Dr. Lynn Daniel, PhD, EDS. How are you all today? This is, oh well, my alarm is going. I'm going to have to turn off my alarm. It's on my other phone. Hold on for just a second. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, I had it over there charging as I was doing some work earlier today. Well, just a few minutes ago. So I wanted to come on again today just to give you all an update, a preview of topics for the upcoming week on my LinkedIn. So as you all can see, those of you who have been engaging with my post, you see that I will be talking about psychological safety in the workplace and organizations, predominantly the workplace, the places where you spend the majority of your time, your waking hours. Did you know that someone brought this to my attention, and I just want to share this with you all? It's just a trivia fact. If you divide the day into, like we have 24 hours in a day, right? But we have, if you divide it into two, so you have 12 and 12. So how many of those hours are spent sleeping? You spend about 7 to 8 hours sleeping, right? So from the 12, take 7 to 8 for sleeping. Okay, so then what's left? You have maybe 15 to 16 hours left, right? How much of that time is spent at your place of employment of those 15 to 16 remaining hours? Sometimes 8, 9, 10. So if you're spending up to 10 hours a day at your place of employment, that really leaves you 4 hours in the day to attend to your own needs, to yourself, your family, your business, your health, your well-being. 4 hours. So that's why it's important for us to understand the significance of self-care. That self-care, it does have more than one facet, more than one level. You do have that personal level. You do have that level that deals with the community, because oftentimes we need community services and the help of others in the community to help us be well and to, employ self-care for our families' needs. And then the organizational level, because oftentimes we are using resources like medical facilities, medical supplies, and medications, fitness facilities. So, there are and I didn't even touch on legislation and insurance rules and regulations. Those are all on the organizational side. So this is why self-care is important. This is why I am the self-care evangelist. I feel that it is my calling to spread the good news of self-care, to make people aware of the significance and the importance of self-care and what is self-care. So now this week, my focus will be on, let me exit full screen so I can see if anyone has joined me. Hello, folks. Those of you who have joined me, I don't see anybody yet, but I know some of you are going to watch the replay. So thank you for watching the replay. All right. So this week I am focusing on psychological safety. And psychological safety is looking at the organization, the culture of the organization that we work in, or that, in organizations as an employer. And so we look at the organization to see what is the culture, because organizational Culture is the way, the mindsets, the attitudes, and the actions, the spoken and unspoken rules of the organization that drive the behavior of the employees. So, psychological safety is the foundation for workplace success. Vanguard Voices is one of the resources that I am using. I'm doing my deep dive through Vanguard Voices, and then I'm branching out and finding peer-reviewed journal articles and other resources that I will pull from to share with you all this week on the topic of psychological safety in the workplace. So, according to Vanguard Voices, psychological safety is the belief that you will not be punished or ridiculed for expressing your thoughts, sharing your ideas, or taking risks. And I'm sure we all can think back on times as youngsters in schools when we took a risk and we said something and we were penalized or chastised for it. And I can think of some of those incidences that I lived through as a preschooler and a kindergartner and first grader, and right in the early developmental stages. But then that carries over into adulthood. We learn young, and Edmondson said this in her TED Talk, that we learn young to silence our voices to avoid ridicule and punishment. But, now that self-care has been researched and discussed, it's been on the forefront of the research community for a while. I mean, some of the articles go back to the 90s, the early 90s, some are in the 80s, and I'm sure there are some precursors to that. I just haven't gone back that far, but I will. So this is a very relevant topic. It's important for us to understand that self-care is more than just getting your nails done and getting a massage. Yes, those are self-care actions for your personal wellness, but self-care gets very deep. It is ingrained within the cultures of our communities, our families, our institutions that we engage with, our churches, even going out in the marketplace, going into the marketplace, just at your local grocery store. Psychological safety is needed there. You should be able to go into your local grocery store without being stared at because you look different, or being ignored because you are perceived to be different, or whatever, right? So this is a real deal. So this week I will also be sharing some organizations that I find very valuable and meaningful, organizations that I am engaged with or have been engaged with in the past in various roles, as an educator, as a member, as an active, engaged participant of workshops and different things like that. So I will be sharing. The first one I want to share today is Childhood Education International, CEI. You all check them out, especially if you are still in the classroom, if you are a discipline content area specialist or a generalist, general ed teacher. I mean, there are so many names for us. We have our specialty. So I'm English language arts, reading specialist, sheltered English instruction teacher. But, some of you are like math teachers and science teachers and history teachers. And, so we're specialists, but we're generalists as well. Well, CEI is offering some dynamic courses, micro courses for educators who work with refugee students, migrant students, students whose first language is not English. They're in your classroom. You're wondering how you can engage them in the learning of your content. You're wanting them to be successful, but maybe you don't know how to go about doing that. You're relying on your school resources, your special ed teacher, your EL teacher, your instructional coaches. You're relying on a lot of colleagues to help you out. Well, CEI has these dynamic courses. There's one in session right now, and I think the next one is starting in a few weeks. I want to say the 28th of October. So I'm going to leave all that information so that you are able to look at the information and see if this is something you're interested in. I have some scholarship. They offered us scholarships that we could share out to teachers who know that they are going to attend the courses. And so if you're really interested and you know that you are able to attend the course, whichever course you sign up for, then let me know. And I have a scholarship for you. The courses are $75. They're asynchronous. Then there is a synchronized workshop on a Saturday after the 3-week session of asynchronous working. And you attend that workshop, you meet each other face to face via like a Zoom platform, or it may even be Zoom, and you share out and present and talk and learn and glean information and that type of thing. Okay, so Childhood Education International, check them out, you all. Let me know if you're interested, and I will provide you. I'm going to provide the information anyway. I'll post it in the comment section or the stream or whatever the right terms are for this platform of LinkedIn. All right, you all. So that's really it. Be on the lookout in my LinkedIn streams, information about psychological safety in organizations, what they can do to support your psychological safety. Also, if you want to share your stories of feeling psychologically unsafe in previous employment opportunities or current employers, and you don't want to put that in the stream for public view on LinkedIn, I invite you to DM me. You're welcome to share your story that way. And because what I intend to do with this information, I am documenting this information, and then more than likely, I'm going to find a way to share this information out, maybe in an article, maybe in something that I write for publication. I just haven't clarified it fully yet, but I do envision that I will be putting together something for publication. So just know that ahead of time. If I have to do like we did in our doctorate, we had to get those consent forms. If I have to do a consent form before I use your information, I will provide a consent form. Okay, so thank you all very much for stopping by today. Be blessed, and I will see you in my LinkedIn stream. Be blessed, everyone. Bye now.